right, y'all. FRESH2020 is Sunday, April something. Is it episode 90? What? 10 more to go to get to 100. Shout out to all the creatives, all the beat makers, everybody on my playlist. And this one here, PK. All of my hands know what that means. It's called Relax, Curresn, Wiz Khalifa type beat. I'm influenced these days by music always. It monitors my frequency waves. Sometimes I need a boost of energy. Sometimes I need to calm down. And today is plenty of both. Up and down, it connotes a wave, form, function. Shout out to Terrence Howard. People think he's lunching. What's up, y'all? I got a few minutes. I'm on my way home. And like I said, I was putting all these clips together, right? It's overwhelming. I don't know.
So how bad do you think it's going to get?
Eric Weinstein.
In terms of
Lex Friedman.
The global suffering that we're going to experience.
Some of the smartest people
with this crisis.
I can't figure this one out. I'm just not smart enough. Something is going weirdly wrong. They're almost like two separate storylines. In one storyline, we aren't taking things nearly seriously enough. We see people using food packaging lids as masks who are doctors or nurses. We hear horrible stories about people dying needlessly due to triage. And that's a very terrifying story. On the other hand, there's this other story which says there are tons of ventilators someplace. We've got lots of masks, but they haven't been released. We've got hospital ships where none of the beds are being used. And it's very confusing to me that somehow these two stories give me the feeling that they both must be true simultaneously, and they can't both be true in any kind of standard way. And I don't know whether it's just that I'm dumb, but I can't get one or the other story to quiet down. So I think weirdly, this is much more serious than we had understood it. And it's not nearly as serious as some people are making it out to be at the same time, and that we're not being given the tools to actually understand, oh, here's how to interpret the data, or here the issue with the personal protective equipment is actually a jurisdictional battle or a question of who pays for it, rather than a question of whether it's present or absent. I don't understand the details of it, but something is wildly off in our ability to understand where we are.
So that's policy.
Whoa. Did y'all hear that? So, I'm a podcast junkie. I'm on YouTube consuming content passively while I'm doing other things. So watching or listening to a 2.5 hour interview is light work for me. That's nothing.
We shouldn't discount.
This is Eric Weinstein, one of the founding members of the intellectual dark web, one of the greatest thinkers that I'm aware of that is currently recognizable. His presence on YouTube is growing. Joe Rogan has had him and his brother Brett Weinstein on the program. And then he's being interviewed by Lex Friedman, who I learned about through the Joe Rogan podcast as well. And Lex is artificial intelligence. That's what he does. And I believe he has a podcast called the Artificial Intelligence Podcast, and then Weinstein has a podcast called The Portal. Both of them are just very dense and chocked full of incredible information. This interview, fascinating, okay? So, one of the most brilliant people, thinkers, scientists, can't figure it out. His response there was, I was not expecting that at all. I can't figure it out. Talking about, the C word, the virus. I'm gonna put the link so y'all can check it out. If you have the patience, the interest, cognitive dissonance, right? You got something in your mind, two different ideas, and most people can't handle it. They can't handle two opposing ideas and carry them in their mind at the same time. It's difficult. I feel that I have a pretty good ability to do that. I mean, I was always drawn to journalism and writing, and you're supposed to be objective, right? So I can talk to a fundamental religious person and then talk to an atheist, and I can not be, you know what I'm saying, influenced just by those things. I want to hear the facts. I want to know. I always want to learn new things. It's my favorite thing. And I'm trying to grasp and get my own understanding of this whole lockdown, this whole quarantine, this whole pandemic, the whole crisis as we're experiencing it in real time. Not a joke, but just a conversation amongst like my friends that I talk to and the few people that I see from a distance. I'm always kind of taking everyone's temperature, like, you got your mask today, you got your gloves, and sometimes people are like, oh yes, I got them, I'm ready. And some people are like, come on, seriously? Like, fine, I'll wear it when I go to the bank or the grocery store, but let's keep it a buck. This is some bullshit. And everything in between, It doesn't seem to be too many people that are just in the middle of the road on this thing. Most people seem to think that this is, as the gravity of this is extreme. This could kill so many people. This is going to change our way of life going forward, potentially forever. And then you've got people that are like, yeah, this is horseshit. The number, what the fuck? I'm trying not to hit the pedestrians. Man, fuck you. I'm so sick of it. What the fuck are you in a rush for, my nigga? Just wait. The law says that they're supposed to get to the other side of the street. Ugh. People in a rush drive me fucking insane. And that's probably most people's thought process also. They're in a rush to get to a conclusion that they can digest, and they don't have the time, the patience, or the wherewithal to take their time, consider facts, evidence, information, and leave room for interpretation, leave room for error. I think I've told you this before. I don't believe in beliefs. I believe in ideas. Loosely held, strongly held, depending. We got to admit when we're wrong. We got to be open to being wrong. I think that's missing. Badly missing. And Fauci. Sorry I keep beating up on you, buddy, but you're guilty until proven innocent, in my opinion. And since, it's a national state of emergency, that's okay. You know what I'm saying? FEMA can disregard your civil rights, your personal property and ownership, medical supplies, food supplies. Did you know that? Since we are in a state of emergency, they can do that. I haven't really heard talks of martial law recently, but it's there if they need it. It's there if they need it. Anyway, if the people that are the smartest people and they're independent, they're not beholden to the institutions, like might have been the same podcast, the same interview. We're talking about the Surgeon General. He's got all these institutional responsibilities. He's going to be handcuffed and hamstrung to some degree. So his information that he provides is going to be very carefully crafted, right? So the value of independent voices is at a premium. And if these people don't know what's going on, we should be concerned. That's it. I'm finished with my rant. What are y'all doing later tonight? Y'all wanna chat tonight? What should we do? It's Sunday fun day. Let's do something, make some content. Let me finish a little freestyle and go home. That freestyle FRESH2020. That's a 0, it's not a O. Just in case you want to share it with your people. In case you want to share it with your people, it's a 0, not a O, and the integers is interchangeable. Remember in algebra when they took away some numbers, added some letters? Y'all might have been confused, but why we got 26 characters? You dig? Why is our language constricted to the symbols and the symbolism, the ideas that they attempt to communicate, second rate at best? Remember, we were just antenna pure consciousness. Everything is energy, created or destroyed. Don't mean to be paranoid, don't mean to be floored. More money, more problems, rather be like Lloyd Banks. Cake, it's what we need. I'm so hooked on carbs and sugar, it's insane. I did a quick little 3-day cleanse and then went back on my sugar binge. Confession. But I gotta give my body the things it needs to fight this dis-ease, so I'm stressing. But I'm gonna get back to right sometime before midnight or thereabouts. 11:59, I'll do the job and I'll be feeling just fine, cause 60 seconds is gone in an instant. Time slows down. The faster you going, the faster you creeping. Go to bed late, so usually I sleep in. Now I'm just saying things that rhyme. Sorry if you feel I wasted your time. They said they drained the swamp and all we got is grime. See you tomorrow, family.